Hey guys, you who seek knowledge, welcome to our Insightverse YouTube channel. Today we are going to start programming. So today we are talking about how to learn a programming language. Programming is not something that can be learned in one day by watching a video. Programming is a way of thinking, in my opinion. That means if you can give a solution to some problem using some computer knowledge, that is a good trait to be a programmer. Logical thinking skills are most required for these programming. That is why it is necessary to learn a subject like mathematics. Also, you can develop this ability by playing games like chess. A programming language is needed to turn this ability of yours into a product or service. Learning a programming language is something you can easily do. Now let's see how to learn a programming language. First of all, you need to find out where you are now. That means you should identify what your level of knowledge is about this. Because if you have some knowledge about data structures and algorithms, it is very important when going ahead with programming. Otherwise, there is no big problem. But it may be important that you have read a course or an article about the basic knowledge of computer science. Because as you progress with programming, you may not be able to do certain things once you get to a certain level of it. Guys, let's talk about any programming language by dividing it into 4 factors. The first one is the basics. This is the core of a programming language. That means you need to learn the main things like variables, data types, and loops. How to learn these? You can learn these by watching YouTube videos. You can learn by reading the documents provided by the official website of the relevant programming language. Many websites have been created for this, and you can learn programs through them, and you can also learn by using ChatGPT. The second thing is function and object-oriented programming. After you learn the basics, you can learn this too according to the methods I mentioned earlier. The third thing is frameworks. So if you are going to do some project using programming, you need these frameworks. The truth is, it's hard to learn frameworks if you don't even know the basics or object-oriented programming. For example, suppose you want to develop a mobile application. Let's say you are building that application with Flutter, but you may not be able to do some things as you move forward. The reason for that is that you don't know the basics of the Dart programming language on which Flutter is based. That's why you should learn frameworks only after learning the fundamentals. Frameworks usually give us a lot of features. They are handled internally by the frameworks themselves. Because of that, we don't have to think much about threads, multiprocessing, etc. So if you want to fine-tune them, you need to learn our fourth point. That is parallel processing. It means the process of doing a number of tasks simultaneously. For this, we can use multi-threading, multiprocessing, async I/O. This is not unique to one programming language. This is common to any programming language. Then it can be Python, can be Java, can be C++. All of these contain those things. The next thing we need to look at is why you are learning a programming language. So, are you learning a programming language for one of your projects? That means you may have wanted to build your application or create software. Or you may want to learn this programming language to do a job. So you should understand this exactly. If you are building a software, it is enough to learn only the things required for it. But if you are learning a programming language for a job, you should be aware of many things like what are the latest updates in the industry, how is the salary, what are the new opportunities. Now let's get down to our main topic. There are several ways you can learn a programming language. The first thing is docs and courses. If you are a person who likes to read a lot, the best thing to do is to learn by reading documents. If you are an avid reader, the best thing to do is to learn by reading articles or getting started guides or documentation. Otherwise, if you are short on time, if you are learning while doing a job, it is more suitable for you to follow a course and learn. Most of the time, if there is a programming language, they definitely have a getting started guide. If you read that documentation properly, you can learn the programming language very well. But it takes time. If you are short on time, the best thing to do is to follow a course and learn. The second thing is boot camps. So a boot camp is a place to learn everything related to a certain category. That is, imagine you want to build software. Everything it needs you can learn at a boot camp. This is like a camp, but usually they charge more for this. And since this is a full course, it takes a lot of time. But you can get a lot of knowledge through this boot camp. They teach very well, whether online or even in a physical class. The third thing is to participate in contests. You can learn how to use the programming practically by participating in online or in-person contests. When you do projects on a website like HackRank, you get experience and motivation because of the points you get from projects. And because they have programmers in many countries, competition is also created. Also, you can participate in in-person hackathons or online hackathons and gain experience. It can also help you learn more about a programming language and increase your knowledge. The fourth thing is to answer online forums. It does not mean looking at the answers. It's something everyone does. It's answering. So, if we have any problem about programming, we look at the answers posted by someone else on a website like Stack Overflow or Reddit. It's like that. We go and answer the questions that someone else has asked. We can improve our knowledge even more. This is a very difficult task, but after you get used to it, you can learn a lot while helping others. The last thing is the best: teach someone else. So after you learn the main things, you can definitely increase your knowledge by teaching it to someone else. Because of that, if possible, try to teach the knowledge you know to someone else. If you can teach someone face-to-face through a blog, YouTube, TikTok, etc. You can increase your knowledge by teaching someone else. I think that is the best way to increase knowledge of anything. Guys, remember, practice is key. No matter how well you study, if you don't practice, you will never become a good programmer. When you start, you should practice for at least 2 to 3 hours. Where can we find practice projects? As I said earlier, you can find projects from websites like HackRank. So you guys keep practicing. You can create great applications and softwares that shake the world. So that's it for today's video. See you soon with another important video like this. What do you think about this video? Comment your thoughts below. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon. Until we meet in another great video like this, good luck. Bye.